Okay, it is 10:17 on a Thursday morning. I have 3.7 miles on this tank of gas, and I'm off on a long trip. I'm getting on I-35 here. I don't think you guys have seen it yet. Today I'm going to do the longest trip that I've done so far. I'm thinking, you know, when I Google mapped it, I think it's about 168 miles or something like that. It's a loop. So, taking I-35 to 1431, which is kind of an iconic road to take for a motorcyclist, you know, at least north of Austin. And it's also known as Jonestown Road. And I'm not going to shoot a lot of video on the way there. I'm going to try to conserve the battery, my Insta360, because it is notoriously bad for me lately. I'll get you on to 35, and then I'll probably bring you back when I get to the fun part of 1431. Now, from 35 to about, I don't know, Cedar Park, Leander area, Cedar Park, I think. Okay, it's just nothing but lights and a strip mall area, neighborhoods, little businesses in the back. There's not really much to see until we get past 183, and so I'll bring you back when I get there. I'm doing about 65, hanging out real easy here on 35. Alright, I'm about 15 miles into the trip right now. Just thought I'd keep y'all up. I still haven't reached 183. Actually, it's going to be a couple of more miles after 183 before it gets really nice. And how it is, 1431 is just very hilly and not so much twisty, but very hilly before Jonestown. And then after Jonestown, towards Marble Falls, it gets twisties. Then after Marble Falls, it goes into Granite Shoals and Kingsland. Just pretty much just a, you know, a county road. Nothing remarkable about that, I don't think, that I can remember anyway. I don't think I've ever taken it up to 29 all the way. We'll do that together. Alright, we're finally getting into the pretty area now. Not many lights. And it's been misting, so I hope the lens is doing okay. Not really bad. If you were just walking around, you wouldn't even notice it. This is probably the prettiest view on the road. Motorcyclists on the road, even though it's actually not what I would call a pretty day. The temperature's nice. Alright, so here's a pretty good road, hill. We'll check the capability of this. I'm going to go ahead and drop it into 6th gear. It seems 5th gear, I'm sorry. That seems reasonable for this hill. And it takes it just fine. So I took my Rebel out on 1431 last week, really. But I only went as far as Jonestown. I came from way up Taylor, so it was one hell of a run. I just turned around once I got into Jonestown proper. Right now I'm just hanging out at 5th. Everybody's going slow. Speed limit's reduced a little bit. Yummy Noob did a comparison, an 883 versus a Boulevard C50 from Suzuki, and they took this road. They mentioned how the hills were, and one of the reasons I went out here last weekend is I wanted to do a rough comparison just based off their video. Coming in 5th gear, I think this is that long hill that they were doing, and I'm keeping my speed. You know, it says 45 right here. I mean, I'm doing more than 45. Keeping it in 5th, hanging out really good. No issues, except for people pulling in front of me. Okay, we made it in Jonestown. Good hill. Lago Vista 3, Marble Falls 31, and that's where we're going to. 30, you know, Marble Falls, and okay, steep hill, 50 miles an hour, not an issue. Now it's catching up with these people, so it'll certainly do as well as a car does. Especially the way I drive a car. Well, easy straight draw. We're in the city of Lago Vista. If I had taken a left back there, I would have ended up into Lake Travis, basically a little area, a little free park that they have down there. Not very well maintained, but we are not technically into what they would call the Twisties yet. And right after Lago Vista, I think that's where we get into the twisty area, and it goes down to one lane. And this is where you got to be careful because it's very dangerous. People on their brand new crotch rockets want to learn their capabilities, and oftentimes they're not as good as they think they are, and they'll run right smack dab into you, and cars as well. I know why people want to race. They want to see what their abilities are, what they can handle, and I guess there's a place for that. I would say 1431 is not the place for that. We had a friend who died on this road just from somebody not acting right, you know, and it's a shame too. Some thoughtless fool took his life. Passing on a blind corner. Balcones Canyon lands. It's a really pretty area. Alright, I really do want to save the battery, but golly, it's so pretty here. I think I'll show you a little bit more, then I'm going to kill the camera probably till we get into Marble Falls. Alright, I'm glad I kept it running for this though. Alright guys, these are the Twisties, and they're fun. I have to admit. Of course I can't turn off the camera, can't take my hand off the wheel to turn the camera off. A little peak of sunlight up there, very cool. This road is used by a lot of trucks, and you know the problem is when people try to pass those trucks. So that's what you got to watch out for on this road. Not so much that it's technical, but that people are thoughtless. that, it's just a beautiful, smooth ride. And along this road, the Lower Colorado River Authority maintains about 6 or 7 parks where you could go camp or spend the day and have access to Lake Travis, the Colorado River, the Lower Colorado River, of course. And I think it does it all the way up through 29. Alright, we're coming into Marble Falls. I have 55 miles on my odometer, and been on the road for about an hour and 15 minutes. Not bad considering all the lights I had to go through. I might pull over for a little bit. 281 is what we're coming up here. It's the main intersection that we're coming up to. I could take this for 29 if I wanted to. The bike is running well. I'm doing pretty good. I might get up and stretch my legs here in just a little bit. Alright, just a few miles past Marble Falls, we're coming into Granite Shoals right now. This is where I am going to stretch my legs a little bit. This looks like a quaint little place to turn in and take a break. Alright, it's about noon. I'm in Granite Shoals, and I took a little, 10-minute break just to stretch my legs. Bikers out. Like I said, the weather, the temperature is extremely pleasant. It really is. It misted a little while ago. It wasn't really that bad. As a matter of fact, it felt pretty good. You know, I wish it wasn't cloudy, just, you know, for the camera's sake. But other than that, I welcome the clouds. So anyway, I'll bring you back when we get into Kingsland or something interesting happens. I wish I'd had the camera running on that beautiful rock face there I just drove by. It is really a shame. I'm sorry, I'm so slow with this thing. We are in Kingsland now. No, it's the Llano River, maybe. Oh, it's gorgeous out here. Yeah, when you live here, you're used to the prettiness, the beauty. So you don't care about going slow and enjoying the view. You just want to get home. Pretty little lake town. You can rent boats out here, rent houses, and you'll pay, but you can't. Alright, we made it to the junction of 1431 and 29. So we are about at the halfway point. I have 74 miles on the odometer. So, forgot to give an update on time. Anyway, it's 12:18 now. The town of Burnett's about 12 miles away. Should be coming up on Cannon Dam here pretty soon. There's the old Highway 29 bridge right there. I-35 Buchanan Dam. Dang, right? It's Lake Buchanan. I'm not sure. Alright, we just entered Burnett now. Yeah, I think we came into Burnett County. I was thinking that was the city sign, but it wasn't. It was the county sign. We're still about 10 miles out of Burnett. Speed limit is posted at 55. I'm just cruising at whatever speed I want right now. If anybody want to pass me, there's another lane over there on the left. And I'm just enjoying it. I wouldn't go any faster. Let me close that a little bit. I wouldn't go any faster even if I were, you know, on a Harley 1200. I'm cruising the speed I feel like cruising. So that'd be an extra, I don't know, 900 cc's wasted on me for this trip anyway. The goal is to see not only, you know, is this bike capable of doing this road, which I'm on 29, so, and I've done this before, and obviously is capable. But also how long I can last, because even if I got a bigger bike, one of the choices I have is I could get, like, you know, a cruiser, a real sit-down, lakes out cruiser with a big old bucket seat from a big old bucket butt. But so far I'm doing really good, and taking a break every hour, not that unreasonable really. That's just me chit-chatting. Thought I'd talk a little bit, let y'all see what 29 looks like. But it's an easy road. You can hit this, if you wanted to hit this at 90 miles an hour, you could. I don't want to. I'm just saying it's possible. Up to Burnett now. And then, so it is 12:39. Junction of 281, which takes us back to Marble Falls if we wanted to. Alright, we're coming into Bertram and it is 12:43. I don't know if I'm going to stop here or maybe Liberty Hill. Alright, we just pulled into Liberty Hill. I'm going to find a place to pull over and relax, stretch a little bit. Doing okay, but I could use a stretch. Okay, I really have no idea how long this battery's going to last, but I took probably my last break for the trip. I-35 is about 16 miles away, and then from there, head on home. I got about 110 miles right now on the odometer, and it's been an easy ride. Just got off and stretched my legs. A friend of mine rides a motorcycle. He told me some stretches that he does every hour or so. So hopefully that works for me too. I can make it. But this is something that I would probably have to do on the 1200 as well. Alright, we've been in Jonestown for a couple of minutes, and a little while anyway. Coming up on I-35 here pretty soon, and just thought I'd keep you guys up to date. A lot of traffic out, a lot of trucks. Raining again. You might see some spots on the camera lens. Sorry about that. Unable to clean it for now. But now it's just a matter of getting on I-35 and heading south. Alright, we're on I-35 and it's raining a little bit. Traffic is pretty good actually. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of cars, but we're moving alright. had to move my camera behind the windshield. It's spring wind, you know. It's not good for motovlogging. Alright, that'll probably be my last update from the road until I get back home. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Just to put an exact number and time on it, it is 2:02 p.m. and we went 138.6 miles.